After 3 years of cautiously and secretly calling to Islam, the order came to the Prophet BPUH to start calling his close relatives openly to the new religion. Warn your nearest kinsmen. Quran 26:1-25. The Prophet BPUH complied with this order and invited the people of Quraysh to believe in Allah, GBTH, so that they may be safeguarded from severe punishment in the hereafter. Unfortunately, they mocked him and rejected his call. The Prophet BPUH had to find a safe place to convey the message of Islam to new Muslims. They decided on the house of Al-Arkam ibn Abi Al-Arkam, which was distant from Qurayshi homes on the hill of Safa. It was then known among Muslims as the House of Islam. As the number of Muslims increased, the leaders of Quraysh were very disturbed and started to aggressively oppose the new religion. Muslims who were poor, weak, or those who did not belong to powerful clans were persecuted brutally and mercilessly. Amongst those who were persecuted was a man named Bilal, APWH. His master would take him out into the desert, tie him up, and leave him to suffer in the scorching sun with a large stone on his chest. Despite suffering from all kinds of injustice, violence, and cruelty, they endured it patiently, knowing that their reward in the hereafter would be great. When the Muslims asked the Prophet BPUH to allow them to leave Mecca, he agreed, saying, "It would be better for you to go to Abyssinia. Its king is a just man." Muslims started to immigrate to Abyssinia secretly, which made the people of Quraysh more and more furious. To get rid of the new religion, they believed that their only way out was to kill the Prophet BPUH, but they refrained from doing so to avoid intertribal conflicts. However, the Prophet BPUH was subjected to harassment and bullying from the people of Quraysh, both verbally and physically. They decided to impose a complete boycott on the Prophet BPUH and all Muslims. The disbelievers of Quraysh carried this method out in hopes that the Muslims and Prophet Muhammad BPUH would abandon the call to the religion of Islam. They also imposed the boycott to drive a message to any person of what would happen to them if they become Muslims. Shortly after the end of the boycott, the Prophet BPUH suffered two grievous events: the death of his wife Lady Khadija APWH and his uncle Abu Talib, both of whom were very dear to him.
بعد أن استمعنا إلى النص باللغة الإنجليزية، لنأخذ بعض الكلمات من خلال النص وترجمتها. إسلام أو إسلام وهو دين الإسلام. Prophet نبي. قريش the tribe of قريش قبيلة قريش. أبسينيا الحبشة، وتقع الآن في أثيوبيا حاليا. boycott مقاطعة. boycott مقاطعة. persecution persecution اضطهاد. harassment مضايقة. harassment مضايقة. justice عدالة. unjust ظالم. injustice ظلم. suffering معاناة. reward أجر. relatives أقارب. call دعوة. mocked سخروا. safe place مكان آمن. oppose يعارض. brutally بشكل وحشي. mercilessly بلا رحمة. endured تحملوا. secretly سرا. intertribal conflicts صراعات قبلية. لنقرأ الملخص باللغة الإنجليزية أولا ونترجمه بالعربية. After 3 years of secret preaching, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was commanded to openly invite his close relatives to Islam. The Quraysh tribe mocked and rejected his call, leading to persecution of early Muslims. Especially the poor and weak, many sought refuge in Abyssinia, while the Quraysh imposed boycott on Muslims. The Prophet faced harassment and personal losses, including the deaths of his wife Khadija and his uncle Abu Talib. بعد 3 سنوات من الدعوة السرية أمر النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم بدعوة أقاربه إلى الإسلام علنا. سخرت قبيلة قريش ورفضوا دعوته، مما أدى إلى اضطهاد المسلمين الأوائل وخاصة الفقراء والضعفاء، وسعى كثير منهم للجوء إلى الهجرة، وكان أول شيء إلى الحبشة. بينما فرضت قريش مقاطعة على المسلمين، واجه النبي تلك المضايقات وفقد شخصيا السيدة خديجة وعمه أبو طالب في تلك الفترة. ولنحل بعض الأسئلة الواردة في الكتاب، وعليكم أنتم الجزء الباقي. Number 1. Circle the right choice. ضع دائرة حول الاختيار الصحيح. Number 1. The Prophet, blessing and peace upon him, space, with the order of Allah, glory be to him, requested, applied, refused. The correct answer is complied. التزم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بأمر الله. Number 2. The Prophet, peace be upon him, didn't space his call to Allah, glory be to him, surrender, give out, give in, leave. The answer is give out. Number 3. The Prophet, peace be upon him, had to find a safe place to Islam. Tell, say, learn, teach. Teach. And the rest, you, inshallah, try to solve them at your home. Number 4 and 5. Try to use your dictionary to say or to know the words, the antonym of these words. كلمة antonym الضد. Savagely. ما ضدها. Oppose. ما ضدها. Try to use your dictionary for that. Number D. Answer the following questions. How long did the call for Islam secretly last? ما طول المدة التي استمر فيها الإسلام سرا؟ استخرجه من النص. What happened when the Prophet, peace be upon him, invited the people of Quraysh to believe in Allah? ماذا حدث حينما دعا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قريش للإيمان بالله سبحانه وتعالى؟ استخرجه من النص. وأريد منكم الإجابات مكتوبة في سواء على التعليقات أو تكتبونها في أوراق وتبعثونها إلي. Why did many Muslims patiently endure injustice, violence and cruelty? لماذا واجه وتحمل المسلمون بصبر الظلم والعنف والقسوة؟ The fourth one, what place did Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, advise Muslims to immigrate to and why? ما المكان الذي نصح به النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم المسلمين ليهاجروا إليه ولماذا؟ السؤال الخامس, what grievous events did the Prophet, peace be upon him, suffer from shortly after the boycott? ما هو الحوادث المأساوية التي حدثت للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم والتي أصابته نفسيا بعد المقاطعة؟ Translate the following into Arabic. ترجم هذه الفقرة إلى العربية. استخدم الأدوات التي تدربنا عليها من خلال الذكاء الاصطناعي أو غيره أو من خلال البحث في القواميس. أراكم إن شاء الله في درس قادم، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Peace be upon you all.